Hello there, this is Teamworks Podcast. We are a podcast that will be talking about games from PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, you name it. We'll be talking right through all them platforms, right through all our episodes, but also we'll be now and again talking about Marvel stuff and stuff like that. But don't forget, if you say to Alexa, play Teamworks Podcast, and the episode, it will play our podcast. So yeah, that's our podcast, and yeah, we hope you enjoy it, guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is Teamworks, and this is episode 15. We've had some fantastic guests on our show, and we're coming to the end of season 1. But in this week's episode, we have It's Over the Line. How are we doing, mate?
Hi, mate. It's not too bad. You guys good?
Not bad. How are you, Phil?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Good stuff. Is there anything you want to ask It's Over the Line, Phil?
Okay, so I think the first question, obviously, so why did you call your username It's Over the Line? I'm guessing it's a football thing, but...
Yeah, so... to be fair, it's been a bit of an evolution from where it all started to get to sort of like where I am at the minute. So initially it was all me and my mates was doing like, I had a little bit of a YouTube channel, and it was actually more wrestling than football, to be fair, even though we're both mad Man United fans.
Yeah.
We decided to sort of like branch into streaming, and we was initially then changed the name to Off the Line.
Oh yeah.
And then we found like he wasn't really. It was mainly me that was streaming. It seemed to be, for whatever reason, me mate just couldn't even. It just couldn't find the time to do it really. So I kind of like decided to just like break away from it and just kind of go on my own, and then change the name and everything about the branding and stuff too. It's Over the Line, and that's where I am today with it.
Oh, that's fantastic. The great story behind that name as well. Like we say in all our other episodes, is it's nice to hear different backgrounds of why people name themselves what they name themselves, and yeah, that's very interesting, isn't it, Phil?
Absolutely. I mean, I had no idea about that, to be fair. So
I didn't either.
Not many, unless you've been with me from like the very, very beginning. Like my close mates and stuff, they'll know the story behind it. But the majority of people that I speak to in streams nowadays, no, they just know me as It's Over the Line. But yeah, it's took a while to get here, but it's an interesting journey nonetheless. I've enjoyed it.
That's good.
That's really good. I do like the story behind that. That's very interesting because, like Phil, I didn't know. Why your name was named like that. I mean, at first I thought, it's got to be something to do with football, but no, it's
yeah. The content is predominantly, well, I say that now, it's changed a little bit, but from like when I started doing Off the Line and then moving to Over the Line, 90% of the content we was doing and I was doing was football related, but not so much these days now. So
yeah, that's amazing, mate. And there's a question I wanted to ask you. It was just basically what's a game you've spent the most amount of money on?
A game I've spent the most amount of money on?
Yeah.
Probably be one of the FIFAs, so I can get like Ultimate Team in it and stuff. I think you can pay like £80. You get like packs and stuff. So it's probably FIFA, one of the FIFAs, yeah.
Yeah, I can totally agree on that as well, because you can definitely spend a lot on FIFA.
I just think there's no point in starting FIFA without anything to sort of like go off, and I don't like grinding. I've not got much patience for it. So to get the packs and stuff ready made and spending that extra couple of quid, that I probably would have just spent anyway. Yeah, I'll probably say FIFA.
FIFA, oh nice. I don't think I've ever spent more on FIFA, although I did once. I think I got the Ultimate Edition going back years ago, which gave me I think it was 6 months of packs, which was decent enough because it got my team going. But Other than that, I don't think I've spent that much on FIFA, but I think the highest amount of money I've spent on a game, even though me and Phil go halves because we play, we do game share, I think it's got to be the last game, wasn't it, Phil, we bought? I think that's the most I bought.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, we spent for the, I think it was the Ultimate Edition or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
So
was it like 75?
I think so, something like that. So, I mean, I could have spent more on previous games, but I just can't remember. But we only went halves on there, so really speaking, it's not spending too much, is it?
I know what you mean. I think like some of the CODs and stuff, they were like 50, 60 quid, weren't they? At first release and stuff. So they can be expensive. Like, it just depends on how much because they've all got like different levels of it. Like just a game, or you get something with it. I know WWE 2K23. I think you could spend 100 quid on that with a variety of different stuff that come with it. I think it just depends on what you want and how much you're going to get out of the game, really, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I remember when you used to be able to get a game for like £20 most of the time, but now it's not. These days, it's like you say, it's if you want to get extra, it's like £75 to £80, sometimes more than that.
Yeah, I remember spending $29.99 of my Christmas money one year on Sonic the Hedgehog on the Master System. There you go. That's how old I am.
Oh, God.
Dude, I used to play it all the time. Do you know, I've actually got a Mega Drive right next to me at the minute, I'll be honest.
I miss my Mega Drive.
Well, that comes.
I love it.
That comes into our next question, then, doesn't it, Phil? Do you want to ask it, mate? Or...
No, go on. You've got a question loaded. Go for it.
yeah. Basically, that we love to ask this question quite often is, what's the first console you ever played on?
The first console I ever remember playing would actually been the old Atari. Yeah, I can't remember how we came about getting it, but I think that was the very first one that we ever had in our house.
Yeah.
The old Atari. You know which one I mean. And I had the square joypad and the little sticky and that. It'd be that.
Wow. That
track and field.
That takes me back.
Yeah, again, I'm showing my age, aren't I?
I tell you what, though, I grew up around most of those consoles as well. I'm a 90s baby, so I've grew up quite a lot through all them consoles as well. It amazes you, doesn't it? Because you look back at the graphics now and you think to yourself, "Oh my God, did I really play that?"
Yeah, I think from there I went to, I think it would have been a Commodore 64.
Yeah.
And the jump between those two, that was like, wow, this is insane. But if you look at it compared to now, it's just nowhere near, is it?
I mean, was the Commodore 64, that was the one with the keyboard, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could buy you could get like a floppy disk drive for it. You could have like a cassette deck for it, and just cartridges as well. It was, but it was good. You know what I mean? And it was around about the time of the Amiga. I never had an Amiga, but I had a Commodore.
I think the only game I've still got for a Commodore is what was it? Is it Rainbow Island or something like that? It used to be with like Bubble Bobble for the PS1.
Yeah, I bought one a few years ago just for like nostalgic reasons, and I used it for a bit, and then I sold it in the end.
That's fair.
Yeah, I totally understand, because it's just there, isn't it? Taking space up.
It's just like you get an itch, don't you, to just like play old games and stuff, and then once you've scratched it, it's like, okay, well, you're not going to go back to it because you've got a PC or you've got a PS4 or 5 or whatever, so you just get rid of them.
Yeah,
it's a shame, really, though, because if backwards compatibility was more of a thing on like PlayStation and all that, you wouldn't mind buying the older games then, would you? Because it's on the same console.
Yeah, everybody still wants, as I say, like that nostalgia hit. So if you could play like without having to sort of buy them off the store, like PS1 games and PS2 games, I would do that 100%.
Yeah, and I think Phil would as well. I mean, PS5 had put it on hold. They say they can't do it. They can do it. I mean, it would be a dream console if they brought it, PS1, PS2, and PS3 games to it. I mean, you can through PlayStation Plus, but you have to download them or stream them.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a ball ache. I mean, sometimes you might have like old games sitting there ready to just put the disc in.
100%. I think you can't beat opening up a case and just putting cleaning the disc and just whacking the disc in and just watching it load and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. And again, like, it's just like a nostalgia thing. I know you can still buy games and stuff now that you can get in a case. You don't necessarily have to download them and stuff, do you? But it's still, I'm a bit old fashioned. I don't want to. I want to put a disc in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Me and Phil were doing that up to the PlayStation 4, and when we found out that GameShare exists, we decided, we go digital, just because it's been cheaper for us, but we've spent more in a sense because, like we're going halves on games. But if there was ever a chance where I could put PS1 and PS2 and PS3 games into the PS5, I would definitely go out there and just buy, a cheap version of one of the games and put it in the disc.
100%. Definitely, yeah.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't have to go out and buy any. I've got loads in the house.
You got them all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just borrow them when I completed them. I'll give you back.
Yeah, I'm only down to 62. I might come down and get some myself.
Oh man,
you're not far then, are you?
I'm not far at all. No, you'd surprise you how close I am. Probably.
Amazing. That's the thing. It's interested, and like I say, the PlayStation 5 could be a better console than what it is now. I mean, it's a decent console as it is, but if they had backwards compatibility with all generations, I mean, what console that would just be some console.
Yeah, if that would have been a thing, I probably wouldn't have ended up selling it. I've not long since got rid of it. To be fair, more so because I used my PC more than I've ever done. Yeah, if you could playing your old games would have been a game changer. I think you'd have been stupid to have got rid of it if you could have done that.
The thing is, though, they were thinking about it going back a few years ago, and then Xbox took the idea up, and then in a software update they decided, you know what, you can play your old games in, just put the disc in and it'll play. And
yeah, you can play 360 on the Xbox, can't you?
Yeah, you can, and you can actually play some of the arcade games as well.
Mad.
But I think PlayStation decided then, because Xbox decided they're doing it, PlayStation didn't want anything to do with it now.
I can't be seen to copy, can you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's still console war out there, isn't it? I mean,
100%.
It shouldn't be, though. It should be okay. Yeah, you want a bit of rival, but not to the fashion where if someone takes an idea that we're not doing it now.
Imagine if they collaborated.
Yeah.
What they could come up with between the two of them. That would be insane.
I think the best parts of each console just merge it into one super console.
Yeah.
Well, there was rumours.
Unstoppable.
There was rumours about Xbox trying to get Xbox Game Pass on the PlayStation, but PlayStation wouldn't have none of it. They've brought out their own version of Game Pass, and yeah, it's good to a fashion, but there's certain things I hate about it. And I'm not sure whether you're the same. Are you the same, Phil?
Yeah, they've done it again this month as well.
Yeah, I noticed. A game that's already on there.
Yep. Ridiculous.
Come on.
They added Descenders, which was already on the PlayStation Plus Premium subscription. Yeah, but then they've put it in the monthly games as well. So if you're not paying for the premium, you will get that game. But if you're paying for the premium, it's nothing extra basically with that because you've already got it. So
I know, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like they don't know what they're doing, really, do they?
Yeah, it's like that. They can't be bothered to get new games that aren't on there at all.
Yeah.
So
it's annoying as well though, because we bought Sackboy's Big Adventure the other month, didn't we? Then it came on to PlayStation Plus for the monthly games for April, and then a week later they announced that it's going to be part of the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games for April, and we're like, hold on, you literally just bought it as a monthly game a week before, and now you're saying to us it's going to be on Extra and Premium as well. That doesn't make sense. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But they're sort of starting slowly to put day one releases on there, I've noticed as well, which is good. Have you seen how many games that's coming off at the end of, well, I think it's next week on the PlayStation Plus and Extra and Premium. There's there's close to 20 games coming off it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mad, that.
Yeah.
So annoying.
And one of the games is, I think, Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's a decent game, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh no! See, I had this argument with Yoda all the time. He'll stream a game or he'll talk about a game, and I'm like, dude, I've never played it. I don't know. I'm so out of touch with a lot of the games that like you guys and people like yourself play. I've just never been into it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's one of them. Phil's not actually played Guardians of the Galaxy either, have you? Yes.
Oh yeah, no. Boy, days ago, still haven't played it.
I know. Good job we bought it though, because when it does go off, at least we still got it.
Well, yeah, but I still wouldn't have played it before it goes off anyway.
Well, that's
terrible.
That's another thing I hate about it is once it's gone off there, you can't play it, even if you've downloaded it.
Whereas, like, with the
I don't get that.
Yeah, it is. It's so different, and it's such a shame because it could be better, the PlayStation Plus subscriptions. But lucky enough, I only paid like, I think it was £60 at the time because it was on January offer for the premium pack. So I decided, well, why not? I'm not paying £100, but I'm paying £65. It's not too bad. I think it was 65 or 67. Yeah, that's another thing. It's £100 for the premium PlayStation Plus tier, and they're putting games on there that are already a monthly game.
Mad.
It is mad, mate. What is there any other questions you want to ask, Phil? Or would you like to carry on with this conversation?
Yeah, go on. No, go on. So, like, I know you'd mentioned about obviously. Was it Super Nintendo Entertainment System or an Atari or something that you said you'd bought and then got rid of recently?
It was a few years ago. It was a Commodore I bought again.
Commodore, sorry, right?
Yeah.
Because so I've found recently that there's a few games that are on the PlayStation Store which have given me my nostalgia back. But like, so since you're using PC now, do you find any on Steam that give you that, that hit of nostalgia? Or is it not?
So the only thing that's like brought anything back that's made me want to play the older stuff is I do a lot of Grand Theft Auto roleplay on GTA 5. So I've gone back to San Andreas and I downloaded Vice City. Off the last game I played before I sold my PlayStation was Vice City. So, but then I know I've tried to get all the other like Metal Gear Solid games because I'm a massive fan of them. But I've never. I'm green with PCs, as weird as it is, because I used to know loads about them years ago. But I'm so green. There's probably loads of stuff out there that I've not even tapped into that I could just like download and play like back in the old days. But I'd probably say for like at the minute, probably like Grand Theft Auto, such a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played that game, but I believe on PC you can get, is it M5 or 5M? I forgot.
5M? Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm on pretty much every day at the moment, yeah.
Apparently that's actually better than GTA in it, so I believe.
If you can find a decent community to get involved with, as I have, I've been really lucky. And then using 5M and just coming up with a character and just having fun. It took me a while to get into, but it's amazing. Which is why you don't tend to find me doing so much football stuff now on streams. It's mostly roleplay. It's so good. If you've not tried it before, I definitely recommend you doing it, giving it a go.
I definitely will, because I've the last, I think, a month or 2 months ago, I got myself a gaming PC myself, and I do love the gaming PC, but I'm still a big console fan. But the reason I got a gaming PC in the first place was, one, for the podcast, so I can do it a little bit better and improve it, but also to try out games on the PC, which I've never tried, because you can put them all in ultra graphics and everything, can't you? So I thought,
yeah,
why not? And to be honest with you, most of my games that I've got on PC, I've literally got for free. So
yeah, there is that.
I've got a big list of games that are free, like Tomb Raider games, got them for free. You know, games like that, you think to yourself, wow, you don't really need to spend much, do you? You're getting them for free.
I don't know. I think mine came about just through peer pressure. People were just telling me, you got to forget the consoles, get a gaming PC. I remember the first game I played with all my mates when I got my gaming PC was Golf with Friends, and I'm like, I've spent 600 quid on this, and we want to play golf. You having a laugh? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the other reason I got my PC as well is because it's better for streaming.
100%, it's better for streaming. 100%.
Because you can get all your overlays and everything, can't you? And put music in it.
If you could, yeah, I know there's you know Wago from Stream Wars, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's managed to do loads of stuff with overlays and that on his PS5. I don't know how he does it.
Capture card.
Right, okay, well that'll be it then. But yeah, I think if you're going to stream and you're going to stream a lot, PC 100%. It's the way to go.
Yeah, it is. It does just increases your time. Well, let's just say when you're on a console and you stream, it's very plain streaming, isn't it? You know, it's not.
It is, yeah.
Which they should built in consoles, like a software that you can put overlays on. But
100%, yeah. I'd love to know what the percentage of streamers is that actually still use like their PS5 or their Xbox. I know there's certain things that you can do with an Xbox, but there's not that much, is there? But I think it's more than the PS5 offers you.
Well, I know the Xbox, if you stream from the Xbox, you can actually stream it to Streamlabs, but I think you have to pay for a package. Which allows you to stream straight from the Xbox onto your Stream Wars. Stream Wars. What is it called again? I forgot. Steam. What was it called again? I forgot now. Streamlabs. There we go.
Streamlabs.
Yeah. My mind went blank. Then you know when you have a blank spot, it's like. But yeah, Streamlabs. Apparently, you can I think it's like a code that you put in to the Xbox, then it transfers to your Streamlabs overlays. So which is not too bad, but I think you have to pay for that.
No.
Which is a bit.
Yeah, whereas the majority of the stuff that you use for the PC, I've not paid for a single thing of it, so. Yeah.
The best way to go if you want to stream console over to Streamlabs is a capture card.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people do it. I know Clanky Boy does it as well. He uses a capture card. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he does because I know he streams from a PlayStation 4, and yeah, the only way you can stream from a PlayStation 4 with all overlays and everything is having the capture card to your PC.
Mad.
Well, yeah, they should. The console should make it easier where you can put overlays on and all that. I know the only good thing about PlayStation is it has a video software built in, totally free. And yeah, I've used that. It is quite good for video editing, but you could put your stream overlays through that as well if they give you a chance, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I just think it's a bit
definitely
having an editing software on there that just does editing, not streaming editing either.
I mean, consoles are good to get you going, dip your toes in the water and stuff where streaming's concerned. But if you want to sort of like start making that, me personally, I think if you want to start building it up and you want to start earning from it, this, that, and the other, it's 100%. You've got to switch to a PC at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for what Phil's doing, your laptop's okay at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I've cut back on streaming a lot because, like, I found that because obviously I do the wood burning, I found that like I don't do as much burning as I would if I wasn't streaming. So I have cut back. I mean, I did cut back as well because of terrible internet, but yeah, multiple reasons now, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can spend thousands of pounds on a decent PC, but if your internet goes, you knock it down, you know?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so you might as well spend all that money on a better internet connection.
Yeah.
But have you had any luck, by the way, Phil? They said anything? Because you had the engineers down, didn't you?
Well, it's there was a problem with the Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
I'd replaced it, but it did nothing. He came in, messed about with everything, and then replaced it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's working fine now. But it's still glitching out quite bad, so I'm like, still, as soon as my contract ends with them, I am leaving BT because it doesn't pay to be loyal.
Yeah. I mean, you're meant to get over 100 megabytes, is it?
Yep, and I'm lucky if I get 10.
That's shocking, that. I mean,
Wow.
You would think if you paid for that, you'll get it, wouldn't you?
You'd expect so, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, internet. But I remember when we had the old internet, and it used to say 99 plus hours for a game to download, and I mean, I had to keep my PlayStation on for like 3 days just for it to download a game. I mean, things have gone up from there, but like Phil's saying, you would think for what he's paid for, you would get the amount of megabytes per second, but he doesn't get them, unfortunately, which is shocking. But yeah, internet for you. So the best 100%. Thing to do is not buy an expensive PC. Just go and get a good a better connection with a better provider, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what provider are you thinking of going with, Bill?
I mean, I mention this every time we chat about it, but until it gets closer to the time, there's no point in even checking anymore because everything changes so much. For the time being, it looks like it's probably going to be Virgin Media, but again, that all depends on when it gets closer to the time, because it's still like half the year away before it all changes. So
yeah, well,
just got to play the waiting game at the minute.
I would just drop out. So
you can't
you?
No, because you've got to pay like a £300-400 thingy fee.
So even if you ring them up and say to them, like...
Yeah, no, mate.
I think I'm deciding to come off your contract and put the phone down, they might ring up and upgrade you.
Dude, we have this conversation every time, and I tell you how many times I ring them. They do fuck all, mate.
Yeah,
honestly.
Depending on how long your contract is, there's termination fees and stuff to pay in there.
Yeah,
exactly. And working it out, how much we'd pay to another provider, it still works out more expensive than just sticking with these for the time being until our contract ends.
Yeah,
but we didn't renew the contract; they automatically renewed it without telling us.
But then,
and they said to us, "Unfortunately, you can't, mate."
Yeah, but
I don't agree with it, but I know, but it's not how the world works, James.
Oh no! The only reason I'm saying this though is the only reason I'm saying it is because my dad tried it with them, and they put the phone down. They rang back up, and they upgraded our internet and give us it at the same price what we've been paying in the first place.
And as I say, every time you say this, your dad's been incredibly lucky, or you weren't in a contract, because I have done that God knows how many times, and every single time they don't give a shit. They treat you like crap, and then they're just like, well, either way, mate, there's no point in even having this conversation because it's always the same, dude, honestly.
I know, yeah. It's stupid BT, eh? If you're listening to
Can't
the
stand them.
podcast, BT, upgrade.
BT, you suck.
Yeah, upgrade my mate's internet now and give him a good discount.
The thing is, right, you started me now, half of the people on BT who work for BT don't even get BT internet because they say it's shit.
I know,
Like,
yeah.
what does that tell you about it?
They're just there for a
You can't
job,
even
aren't
get their own staff to use it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, anyway, going off the subject of BT internet, we just know the absolutely waste of space. Like, but is there any other questions you would like to ask, Phil?
Yeah, there's actually a question that leads on from this. So,
Right, there you go.
a lot of time I like to rage about BT because I think they're shit. But I do also rage over certain games. Now, do you have any specific games that you rage over, or have you ever like rage quit because of a certain game or anything?
Oh, rage quitting standard when you play FIFA, isn't it?
FIFA's one of the worst, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Have I ever rage quit over anything else? Yeah, I bought. Actually, no, I didn't buy it. My mum bought it me for Christmas. Is it Death Stranding?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, with Norman Reedus.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got 5 minutes into it. I couldn't work out what to do. I was like, this is the worst game I've ever played. Turned it off. Never played it again. I just didn't know where to go. Didn't know what to do. I am moody, so I'll pretty much moan at anything, to be fair. But yeah,
Hey, at least you're honest about it.
We all do it.
Oh yeah.
It's natural.
yeah, be a good rage quit. I don't think, especially not where FIFA's concerned, smashing controllers up and stuff just because you got beat in the last minute.
At least you didn't do what that person did on YouTube, though. Picked up his TV and threw it out the window.
Oh, I can't do that. It's a very expensive telly, and the missus would probably divorce me, to be fair.
It won't be just the TV that's being thrown out, will it?
Nope. Be me going right beside it. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I've ever rage quit at. I've not played any wrestling games for years. I don't think I've ever rage quit at that. I think I rage quit playing eFootball once because it was that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, probably I say my rage quitting days was when I was playing FIFA. As many people's are, to be fair.
Yeah.
Or Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Online.
We've not played Call of Duty, but I can see why you rage on it. I mean, we play a game.
No, I have.
Go on.
I have played Call of Duty, but I don't play it on a normal basis. I played it a few times, but just not a fan.
No,
I think any game where you have to play online against people that are just as sweaty and they just want to ruin your day. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, you rage quitting at some point, aren't you?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
definitely. Well, we play a game called Rogue Company, and I properly rage on that. I proper rage on it. Yeah, it's a free-to-play game, mate. Anyone can download it. It's for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch as well. So it's all cross-gen platform as well. So your data saves for all them. So say you decide, I'm not playing it on the PlayStation, I want to switch to PC, or you want to switch to Xbox or Nintendo.
Yeah.
Or your save process will go over, and it's cross-play as well. So you get to play against all people. But yeah,
Cool.
that is a game that I proper rage on, and I think it's coming to the end of its lifespan because I just feel like it's dying now. I don't know whether you've watched any YouTube videos or anyone streaming it, but it used to be a really, really good game. It's going downhill now, but we still play it because we it's one of them games where you like to hope that it's going to get better again, but it's not. But we do rage on it because there's a lot of hackers on it. I have to put that out. I don't like using that name, hackers, but there is hackers on it.
I know what you mean.
People that spoil the game, really. And Phil would
100%.
totally back me up on this one because there's so many on them. Like, how can you shoot through a wall and get you still? Yeah, that's one of the worst ones. And I think that happens on Call of Duty as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've seen loads of TikToks and stuff like that happening all the time. I haven't got the patience to learn how to do all that kind of stuff. I struggle to play the game as it is, so I'm never going to be able to do it like that.
I mean, why would you? It just spoils the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I am the worst gamer, though. I don't even think I can call myself a gamer, really. Takes me a long time to get good at something.
That's the same with me, actually, to be honest with you, because I'm not really good at the shooting games, but Rogue Company I've started to get better on as the years gone by. But Phil will tell you one of the worst things that's been on there for hacking. I mean, I'm just thinking about it now, but Phil will definitely tell you about it. Oh my god, it was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, so like we were playing it, and someone they were shooting at us, but then crouched and went into the floor. The head was still visible, but we couldn't do anything. We were shooting at them; they were taking no damage. The person then proceeded to stand up and shoot us, and we were still shooting them. They were taking no damage. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it just ruins it, and then you rage quit.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the reason why we rage so much on the Rogue. The other one is, do you remember that one we played, Phil, where we went into a game and there was two players on their team that were the same character? How the hell can you beat the same character?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. How?
Yeah, it was two people playing as Dallas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was either Dallas or Scorch. No, I think it was Scorch, wasn't it? Could have been.
I can't remember, mate.
I can't remember, but it's definitely two people playing the same character, and we're like, how the hell? Because that's not allowed. You're not allowed.
Yeah, it was infuriating.
So yeah, going back to rage and all that, it's just things like that make you rage. I mean, FIFA's another one that I've raged on in the past. Like, people take the mick and like pass it back to the goalkeeper all the time, so you can't even get it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there's the worst one for me on FIFA is where the through on goal.
Yeah.
And then they square it to the player, and the player just like taps it in. I hate that. No need for that.
I used to. There was a name for that. I used to call it a certain goal.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it called? It was a certain. If they went straight up and they could score themselves and they passed it across the goal line to the other player, it was a Jew goal, was it? Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I used to say, "Oh, you've just scored a Jew goal, you little sweaty." So I used to call them all the names of the sunlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, FIFA can just be as bad.
It's not good for your health, FIFA.
It's not. But do you know what? That's another thing as well. We've talked in the previous episodes is gaming's good for your mental health. But if you're playing FIFA or Rogue, you can basically say, no, it's not really, is it?
Is there any game then that you would say that? Do you have like a go-to game to get you out of a particular mood, or have you? Do you? What would your go-to game be to like chill out and just like de-stress?
Yeah, God. Trying to think now.
I kind of have two.
Yeah.
So, although we're complaining about it, I do go on to Rogue Company to let out anger. So, like when I'm like really annoyed at something, if I go onto Rogue Company, it's funny. Whenever I'm pissed off, that's when I play best on that game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm just happy killing people. That's all it is. But like, it just lets me get my anger out, and I'm like, the rest of your team's like, whoa, you're playing a bit better today, and I'm like, I'm not happy, so that's why. But the other one is game I used to play back on the PS2, then on the Wii, then on the PS4, now on the PS5, which is Canis Medit, or Bully. I don't play it as much now, but like every now and again.
Yeah. And there's
I never played
that.
There's been all
No way. Love it.
Been all rumours for the second game, but they keep saying it. They keep saying it. Just tell us that it's happening. Yeah. So that's your two games. I mean, Rogue Company. I have to admit, that's one I can just like let everything out. Like you've heard me in previous streams, Phil. I proper rage on that game, don't I?
Oh yeah, big time.
I've got a new saying on my stream now when I'm on the Rogue Company. If the game doesn't work for me, I'm changing into the honey puff bunch then. And I literally do as well. I was like, really? But if there's a game I would just want to chill on, a good story mode like Uncharted. I just feel like I'm in a completely different world when I'm playing games like that.
Yeah, I need something dead basic. I think if I started playing Uncharted and stuff, it'd just stress me out. I find that the older that I get, the less I'm able to sort of like concentrate on what needs to be done. So I'd probably go for something like just like a basic racing game like Gran Turismo, just something that you can just do dead easy, just drive around a bit. Or maybe even just like so I will sometimes not so much now, but I used to do a lot. I used to stream Football Manager. Oh, yeah. So I'd have a stream save and I'd have an offline save, and instead you just clicking buttons. It's not taxing on the brain. So probably Gran Turismo or something racy, or probably Football Manager for me.
Yeah, and
I will say Paradise City is pretty good. Like I know that was out on PS3, but then they re-brought it out for the PS4. But like that was a platinum I enjoyed getting. Like I really enjoyed that game. But I used to love playing all the Need for Speed games.
Yeah. Talking about Need for Speed games, that was one of the games I used to chill on. It was good.
Yeah.
Need for Speed. Oh, how long ago since I last played that game?
Oh.
Need for Speed Underground when it was on the PS2. That
it
was on the PS2. Yeah.
You know what? They need to bring that out. It needs to be remastered. That
favorite I've got to say was Most Wanted. Then Carbon.
And Carbon.
Probably then Undercover. I will say with them, it was Undercover. They had like a really good soundtrack for Need for Speed Undercover.
Yeah.
But then again with Burnout Paradise, like
Burnout Paradise, the song.
Yeah, they have such good music on there.
Yeah. Like
it's all proper songs as opposed to just like generic crap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so that's a good one to chill out to, I think.
I tell you what, another one is a good chill out game is The Crew. We used to play it all the time, and we used to chill out. We chilled out that much that Phil decides to fall asleep on me
every time.
Literally,
you'd never let me live that down, are you?
No, but you mentioned it last time, so I'll mention it this time. but it was quite funny, to be honest with you, because I'm still talking for 5-10 minutes. Phil, you there, mate? His car's still moving though, that's the thing. So I thought, he's still playing this game, and I'm like, Phil, you alright? Phil? And then I realised all I could hear is like him breathing, and I'm thinking, He's gonna sleep on me, hasn't he? But no, that's a game that you could chill on, especially The Crew 2. The Crew 2 was fantastic because you could actually fly planes and drive boats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But another one, Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 2 was such a chilling game. Me and Phil used to chill on that game all the time. We used to literally go to this... it was a bit of a dirt track, wasn't it? And we used to go on our motorbikes and we used to try and go up a ramp and go land on a building. We never made it all the time. Like, it was
that was literally around the corner from. It wasn't the Noodle building. It's is it like Massa Space Station or something ridiculous like that?
Yeah.
It's where the rockets are anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, if you ever want a game to chill on with your friends, Watch Dogs is a good game to chill on.
Yeah, I'd have to put that to the list of games I've never played, and that's a really extensive, massively long list. But yeah, never played that. Honestly, you could reel off 50 games, and the chances I've played 10 of them, you'd be doing very, very well. I'm awful, really.
Well, I'm the same actually because I've got a big list of games. I've got loads of games, and I just stick to one, don't I, Phil?
Yeah.
Literally,
absolutely.
Phil completes a game, and when we're buying a new game, I'm literally going on to that new game that we bought and not completed the last one. So I hardly complete a game, do I? But that's something that I'm aiming to do this year, is to just stick to one game, complete it, get the platinum for it. I mean, are you a trophy hunter yourself, mate?
I used to be. PS3, PS4 days, yeah, I used to be. But again, like, they talk about games I've not played, games I've not finished either. It's like a massive list. Then the only time I've ever sort of like really been into getting trophies and stuff was Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater. When that was remastered, I'm sure it came out on the PS3. I love any Metal Gear Solid game. That's probably my franchise games. I love them.
Well, I know there's a Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation Plus right now, isn't it?
I want to say it's either Phantom Pain or the little demo one that they brought out before.
I don't think
5 came out.
Pain, because I think
is it not?
Phantom Pain was a PlayStation Plus monthly game going back a few years ago, wasn't it, Phil? Because I think I've already played that. Well, we have
played that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So you've got Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
They're all purchased. That's the only one I can see on the store on PlayStation Plus.
Oh, right. Well, maybe I'm thinking of something else then, because unless it was on there and it's been took off.
There was something like a weird little like side thing, wasn't there, to Metal Gear?
Yeah, that's why.
That was on there.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was called now.
No.
But yeah, we still haven't. We still don't know what the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games are going to be for this month, which I think will be announced this coming up Wednesday. I think. I think they normally announce it like a week before, don't they?
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get a decent bunch of games, because lately we haven't had many great games, and they promised us as well that they're going to give us like more PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, but we haven't had that, have we?
Well, if Metal Gear 1, 2 or 3 ends up popping on there, then I'll probably want to buy another PS5, aren't I think.
No, you don't have a choice in that. Has to be done.
I love those games.
And if you do buy another PS5, you can add us, and we'll play any game on there that we've got.
Do you know, it's like, the thing is, so obviously I'm a big one for nostalgia. Like, I love all the older stuff. Like, yeah. I mean, I've still got a PS1 and a PS2 set up. Like, I don't even know why, because I don't go on them that often, but like, I could just use the PS2 and put all PS1 games in there as well, but yeah, I'm not smart. But when he release a game that used to be on like the older consoles, I absolutely love that. So like, when they did Crash Bandicoot, played all them. When they did Spyro, played all them. What were the other ones? There's one I've just completed as well, this Platinum. But when they brought Chaos Medic, played that.
Yeah.
They've brought a load of the Jak and Daxter games to the PlayStation Plus.
But I think one of them or two of them you have to stream because of PS3 games.
Oh right, I'm not sure.
I might be wrong on that, but because I think one was on the PlayStation 3 at least.
Mm.
But that's another thing. The PlayStation, they have a library of PlayStation 3 games on there, but you have to stream them. I mean, if you haven't got a good internet connection,
fuck you, BT.
Yeah, exactly. You can't play them, can you?
Always comes back to that.
But the thing is, though, you can download PS1 and PS2 games that we brought on there, but PS3 games you can't download, which I think is a bit strange. I mean, it's easily done. I mean, they do it with the PS1 and PS2 games, which actually you think would be harder to convert to a download. Yeah.
Logically, yeah, you'd assume so, but
because they're older gen. But yeah, for some strange reason, you can only stream PS3 games on the PlayStation Plus, which is annoying because okay, yeah, you might get to play on them if you got a good internet connection, but like Phil said, screw you, BT. And this could be for anyone that hasn't got good internet, should I say. You got no chance, have you?
I didn't badmouth BT. When would I ever do that?
I just hope they're listening right now. Obviously, when this episode comes out, but yeah, it's strange the way they've done it, but. Going back to gaming and all that, I do like the way Steam have brought some games out. I mean, there's a game on there called... I've mentioned it in my episode before. Is I think Who Killed Sonic or something. Have you heard of it?
I've not heard of that, no.
I think it's Who Killed Sonic or... Sonic Died or something. It's something weird like that, but it's free to play as well. I mean, the thing is, well, they allow third party games coming in, like, you know, people that are created games, like games that you wouldn't think of. I mean, we're talking the other week that they could bring. I don't know. They could bring Who Killed Mario or something like that. You know, something stupid like that. I mean, Steam could actually bring that out. That's the weird thing about Steam, but Steam they do adult games as well. Not that I played them, like, but but yeah, that's how strange Steam is. That they're open to anything and they don't get done for you.
I haven't had a proper look on Steam for ages.
Yeah, but that's another thing as well. You can actually make Steam think that a different game from a different platform is playing on Steam, can't you? As well. Because you can.
I'm not looking at.
You can add a non-Steam game to the library, can't you?
I'm having a look to see what Metal Gear Solid games they've got on there at the minute.
Here we go. He's gonna be telling us after this episode that he spent so much on the new Metal Gear Solid or something.
They got Ground Zeroes. That was a demo that was probably still floating about on the PS Plus, but that's £1.69. I might buy that.
I mean, £1.69. Come on.
I'm sure I can stretch to that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Me and Phil wait until there's offers on the PlayStation, and then we buy games, don't we? Or we wait a little bit longer and see if they come to PlayStation Plus. So, I mean,
yeah, I'm a scamp with money.
Well, we all are, aren't we? If we like, if you can get something cheaper, you just wait, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, for £1, yeah, £1 something. And the good thing about Steam is I love it, and they need to bring it to PlayStation Plus or PlayStation in general, should I say? Because Steam do gift the game, don't they? You can gift the game to your friends.
Yeah, you can. But then I'll come across something and I think, yeah, I'll give that a go. I mean, I downloaded a game called Vice Wave. It's kind of a bit like GTA. And I last played that, last July. So I'll buy him and then I'll give him a little go and I'll never come back to him. So
that's me.
Real Boxing.
Real Boxing, yeah.
Played that. Yeah, I played that a year ago. So you know what I mean?
It's bad, isn't it? You see a game, you think, "Oh, I'm buying that. It looks good," but then you don't play it for the next year. So,
no. Metro Last Light redo. I bought that on the 16th of March 2021, and I played 5 minutes of it. There you go. That sums me up. That.
But the thing is, though, you're looking through this list now, and you're probably thinking, "Do you know what? I'm going to try that game again."
I don't know. Let me get my list back. Well, the only thing I'd probably look at again, I'd probably go back to Euro Truck Sim 2.
Yeah, I've got that game, but the reason I haven't played on it much is because I need to get a new connection for my steering wheel, and I can't use it with controller. Have you tried it, controller?
Yeah, I think that was what I was using the last time I played it.
Did you not find it hard to steer?
No, I thought it was alright. I'd love to do the steering wheel stuff. I just haven't got the room for that though.
Yeah, well, lucky enough, I only had a small desk to start off with, but then my brother got a new desk, so I got his desk. It's a corner desk, so it was more ideal for me.
Yeah, I love a corner desk. Yeah. That'd be cool.
But
to be fair, I love a room that's not in the living room, because that's where my PC is at the minute, in the living room.
Yeah. So you want a separate room to everything else? Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm going to stream or whatever, it's like, go on, missus, take the kid upstairs and get out of the way for a couple of hours. Which is, it's not nice. I don't like doing it. So I'd love to have my own room and a big massive desk, and I'd fill it with like my PC. I'd probably get on a couple of old consoles. Yeah. I got all my guitars and stuff in there. That'd be cool.
I can totally agree with you, though. I know you're saying it's not nice and you don't want to do it, but when you got your free time, you want to be in a room where you're not disturbed, in a sense, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You just want a quiet room where you can just chill out.
Definitely.
And I think most gamers do that now. I mean, some people might still do it in the living room and all that, but I know what you mean. You know, someone could walk past and you're in the middle of the game, or you're streaming, and then you go, "Hi, you're right," and you're like in your stream. I'm streaming.
Yeah, there's been a few times the missus has walked past, or my little girls come up to me and say, "Good night, Daddy," and I'm like, "Shout!" I say good night, everybody.
Yeah, you have to say something else just to get the chat reacting differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So you want a bit of a man cave, really, don't you?
I'd love a man cave.
Oh, imagine. I've seen some man caves that I think to myself, wow. I mean, I've seen this one that had. Have you ever seen them? They're like clouds on your ceiling, and they light up, and it looks proper, really good. It basically looks like you're in. I don't know. You're underneath clouds, but they're all lighting up. Have you seen them?
No, I've not seen that, no.
They look absolutely fantastic because they're lighting up, but I've seen people where they have, the rubber padding all over the walls, so no sound comes in at all. It's like they basically made it into a sound booth, then, haven't they? I don't know whether
you can all dream, can't we?
Can you imagine that? But getting a room built like that would probably cost so much. With the price of living now as well, and
definitely.
Things are going up anyway. I mean, the PlayStation 5's already increased, hasn't it, in price?
Is it?
Or it is going to. Yeah, they said something about it's going to increase, or it has increased.
That's infuriating.
Isn't it just? I mean, why? I mean, you could imagine food and drinks increasing, but to increase consoles as well, that a console that has been hard to get a hold of for most people.
Yeah, I guess it makes kind of sense though if you think about the components and stuff to go in here. If everything else is going to go up, and it's always like materials, electronic stuff, all that's going to go up as well. So I kind of get it, but it sucks at the same time. If they were like all on the shelf ready to buy, then you'd get it. But the fact that it's still dead hard to get hold of.
Yeah. I mean, you would think they'll keep it at the same price, or they'll. Although I did hear as well that they were going to drop. They have dropped the. I don't know whether it's a limited time. You've heard the new PlayStation 5 controller, haven't you? That's recently just come out.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's basically the Pro version of the Xbox.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Apparently, there's been a price cut on it. I don't know whether it's a limited time one, like, but yeah, I mean it's £200 for the controller anyway.
Mad.
I mean, I did save up my money, and I said I wasn't getting it at first. But I had controller drift on one of my controllers, and I thought, do you know what? It's going to cost me like over £60 to get a new one anyway. And I had the money, and I thought, should I just go for the 200 one? I don't know why I did it, but I did it. As you do sometimes.
It's something that you're going to get your money's worth out of and use it all the time, then you might as well do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it again. That'll definitely be a no-no. I remember when they got the PlayStation 4, then the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, and then I heard a few mates that have decided, you know, I'll sell the original PlayStation 4 and get the PlayStation 4 Pro, but I wasn't into that stuff. I thought, there's no point getting the PlayStation 4 Pro just because I got PlayStation 4. I know it was it was a little bit better graphics and stuff like that, but it was like, nah, can't be bothered. I said, might as well just wait until the PlayStation 5 comes out. I mean, the PlayStation 5 wasn't even mentioned then, but I always thought if there's a slightly better model of the same console, there's no point getting it, is there really?
No, probably not.
I don't think so.
I've always thought that, and then the next PlayStation I probably get is the PlayStation 6, because you do, don't you? You do. If you can, you do get the newer one, but I know there's meant to be a new PlayStation 5 coming out this year. No, I won't be upgrading.
Nah, I don't think I'll bother. I don't even think I'll bother with this. I think now I've got my PC sorted and set up, and that seems to be able to do what I want on there and play pretty much the same kind of stuff. I'll just spend the extra few quid every now and again just upgrading it and just keep doing that. I think rather than buying another console again.
No, I mean the only good thing about the PlayStation 5 is you can upgrade the SSD drive in it.
Yeah, you can.
Which I have done previously.
Oh,
yeah. Well, going back a year, 2 years ago, I just saved up my birthday money, and I thought, you know what? It's only going to happen once, isn't it? So I upgraded it to a 2 TB. Yeah, I mean, it works fine. It's good, and it means I don't have to delete any PS5 games off it. You remember when the PS5 originally came out, the let's just say the storage was stupid. I mean, why bring out? They said 820 something gigabyte, which I think it's a bit of an odd number that to bring out as a console. But you don't even get that. You only get like 600 and something.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So you know,
I noticed that. How did I come across
anymore.
that? Yeah, I think I was downloading. I want to say it was Vice City actually, and I was like, with all the other stuff that I got on, I couldn't download it. I had to get rid of stuff, and I'm like, I've only got like 6 games on here.
Yeah, you consider the size of the games on it now, though. It's like there's certain games which would take up like 50% of the storage with one game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well,
The thing was, like, when it came to the PS4, when I first got mine, I went and bought a. I can't remember whether it was I think it was either a 4 terabyte or a 2 terabyte at the time. I can't remember. But I went and bought one and then replaced the internal hard drive on the PS4.
Yeah.
Because my PS4 that I first got was second hand, so obviously no warranty with it. So I was like, who cares if I take it apart? So
Yeah.
but then with the PS5, I've just not done it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but you might do eventually, mightn't you?
Yeah, probably, but
One of them, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I got to start off with the PlayStation 4. I got a 2 terabyte external hard drive, and that was good. It was decent. I could store more games on. But then I upgraded to a 5 terabyte external hard drive, which I thought to myself, and that's even better because I can store. Because I got a load of PS4 games, and so has Phil. I think you got a 5 terabyte now, haven't you?
yeah, 5 terabyte external gaming hard drive. It's a Firecuda Seagate.
Yeah, mine's a Seagate. I think mine could be actually the same one of what you've got. To be honest with
Potentially.
you. Yeah, and
Hang on, let's have a look.
I just think it was handy because we have a lot of PS4 games, so it was nice to get that. But
Yeah.
if you want to upgrade for the PS5 games, I mean, you can save the PS5 games to your external hard drive, but you can't play them off the external hard drive because obviously the SSD drive is much faster than external hard drive, and that's what the PS5 games work off. So I decided one year, do you know what? I'm only going to do it once, aren't I? So. And I've never done it before, so I upgraded the SSD drive in the PS5, which it's come handy. I mean, I can store more PS5 games on, even though I don't play them all, you know. But you download them anyway, don't you? Just thinking you will go on it at some point.
Yeah, of course.
It's always there when you need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Better to need it, have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
100%, definitely, yeah.
So what storage have you got in your PC, mate?
I think I've got 2 hard drives. I've got. I might as well just have a look, and I literally sat right in front of it. So I've got 2 terabyte on one.
Yeah.
I think I had a 1 terabyte on another.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So you got 3 terabyte altogether.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty decent. I think mine was. I think it was originally. It must have been 500 and something gigabyte. But I got because I was getting a first gaming PC. I thought I might as well just get a 2 terabyte hard drive put in as well.
I need to clean it up, I think. There's a lot of stuff on here that I don't really need anymore.
It's one of those, isn't it? You do download everything just so it's there when you want to play it or when you want to use it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've got like old YouTube videos of stuff that we did, and I've got songs that I've wrote, and I've got just random pictures of downloads for, like pictures that you put on for your podcast and stuff.
Oh yeah.
We've got loads and loads and loads of them. So yeah, they all need to go now, I think.
I know what you mean. Do you do a podcast, or is this your first time? Or
I've done a couple. We had our own for a little bit, and then I've got mates of mine. They've got their own Twitch and Discord and all that kind of stuff, and they do.
Yeah.
wrestling podcast and stuff. So I've been with them quite a few times. So yeah, it's good. I like doing the podcast stuff. It's interesting.
Same as me. I mean, we started it back up in 2021, didn't we, Phil? And
yeah,
it was just we started it. We thought, oh, this is going to be good, but then obviously things got in the way, so we forgot about it. And then I asked him, I think it was either last year or beginning of this year, and I said to him, do you fancy starting it up again? And we went, yeah, why not? We would just have to figure out times and when we're going to record it and all that. And then I think it was a week, 2 weeks later, I turned around to Phil and I said, how do you fancy inviting guests on the show? And since then, we've just been recording, and I'm loving it because you don't hear many gaming podcasts out there, do you?
No, you don't. Timing's a definite thing. You've got to make sure that you've got like a routine that you can 100% stick to. Otherwise, if you start to deviate away from it, it just falls apart a bit. And I think that's what I found with my mate in the early days. We just couldn't get a routine going, but you guys obviously have, and it's obviously working well for you. So fair play.
Yeah, I mean, we're just. I know some people do it so they can earn a bit of money in their pocket, but we're just doing it for a bit of fun because we think to ourselves, like, a lot of people out there. I mean, I read a thing the other week. I think it was 80% of people, or close to 100% people in the world now play video games.
Mad. That's a mad stat.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Amazing.
It's increased, hasn't it? So I'm thinking to myself, well, people would listen to a podcast like this because they've not heard of podcasts that to do with gaming a lot. I mean, I used to listen to one called Beyond. Was it PlayStation Beyond?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they used to do a regular podcast, but I've not heard of them recently, so I don't know whether they've gone or. But yeah, I used to listen to them.
I think that the podcasts they still do. It's less podcast now, more like video, like vlog sort of thing, video chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, they used to do it. I think they mainly do it on YouTube now. They don't do like stuff on Spotify or anything anymore.
No. But that's another thing about gaming podcasts as well. Like, especially ours, we get to find out different backgrounds on people, why they started gaming, and what was the reason for naming themselves, the names, and it's
definitely.
It's very interesting because I mean, there's a lot of, like I say, there's a lot of games out there now. So our aim is to get people that love gaming to listen to our episodes, and I think so far we're doing all right, aren't we?
Good stuff. Yeah. Keep it going. Should always, first and foremost, should always be about having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be lucky and get a couple of quid off Twitch every 4 months, but I don't really care. As long as during that time I've had a laugh with my mates and all that kind of stuff, that's all that matters to me, really.
Yeah, it's for the people that come in as well. You want to
100%, yeah.
Make sure, they're happy, and you make new friends through it as well, like you say.
You do, yeah. Yeah, you do. Yoda's the perfect example. I think I ended up raiding into one of his streams. He was a Manchester lad, so that interested me straight away, and he's a crazy lad. So yeah, you get to know people, and a lot of like the Stream Wars community, that's the perfect example of just like bumping into people and just making friends through that, isn't it? And that's what it's all about.
It is, mate, and Phil's probably the same, but we've decided as well. It's a good idea. I know a lot of podcast people they do like loads of episodes and they don't have a break. We've decided we're going to do it in seasons. I noticed that when you first said it, and I thought, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Well, I think it is cool because it gives us a chance to have a break, get more people on the show. Besides, update it, certain things. And my aim, I've been talking about this for a while, but my aim is to get Ninja on the show. I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult, but I hope he's listening to this episode. But yeah, I know he's very strict. You can't message him, can you?
I'd have no clue, mate.
Well, I'll tell you something here. I've actually tried messaging him, but his social accounts doesn't allow you to message him. He's got it on a block.
I understand that, to be fair. I mean, you think about these massive streamers and content creators and that. Like, you watch, there's a dude who turned on his notifications for Discord and for YouTube and for Twitch and everything. And his phone literally didn't stop for 3 hours straight. And it was like, Jesus. But it's not like, ding, ding. It was like, ding, 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 just constantly for 3 hours straight.
What, a bit like when we decided to put ourselves online on PlayStation, then all you got is notifications. Going on.
Try that, but try times, I don't know, 1,000 times worse.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've been in a Discord.
But yeah, so
before where it's gone ding, 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 and I'm thinking, oh my God. No, I don't need that. The phone's going off 10 times as dozen as it is. I don't need all that.
See, it's annoying, because before COVID, I'd have loved that shit. I loved it when my phone was like that. Yeah. Now, I hate it.
Because you're feeling important, didn't you? Basically.
I don't know, but now I'm just just leave me alone. I want to be a fucking recluse. Just everyone leave me alone.
Do you know the way
it's sad, really, but
sending notifications is? When we used to appear online on PlayStation, and we were on a entirely different game to the person that invited us to Fortnite. We're literally we're not on Fortnite, we're not actually on Fortnite. We're on a different
42 invitations and messages in the space of 6 minutes.
Yeah,
42. I was like, you've got to be kidding, kid. Do you know what I mean?
We've logged ourselves on LAN so you know what game we're on. You just literally got to look. But yeah, that didn't stop them. It was it's still inviting you. Come on Fortnite.
But
we're not on it.
At the time, I think we were playing Rogue Company, so it's we couldn't just pause to message and say, sorry, we can't come on that, we're playing on this. It's an online game, You can't pause an online game, as every gamer knows.
And the worst thing is because we had notifications coming on the top, it distracted us. And we didn't play the game in the end, did we? In the sense that we couldn't concentrate. But yeah, it's strange, isn't it? But I do know Ninja does allow emails. Now, I've tried to email him. Whether he emails me back, I don't know. But it would just be nice. I mean, like I say, and Phil said it before as well, you can only get one answer, can't you? It's either yes or no.
Yep.
But wouldn't it just be nice to get someone big like him to come on the show?
You never know.
You never know.
There's always a chance.
It might happen.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. But I was reading a little bit more up about him yesterday, I think it was. And you know what? I did not realise, but he was on The Masked Singer.
Yeah, in America, not in the UK one.
No, but he was in season 2.
Yep.
And
did you not know that?
I didn't have any clue about that. No. Or I might have done and I forgot about it. Because obviously I've not watched the American one, have I?
No, I've not watched it, but I saw news stories because obviously I had a lot of gaming news stories going on, so that just kind of popped up and I was like, oh, fair enough. But it wasn't something that really intrigued me. I was just like, oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like a flyby notification sort of thing.
I think he was the ice cream cone, wasn't he, or something?
Honestly, mate, I couldn't tell you.
Like that.
I don't enjoy the show enough to remember who's who on it.
Do you know what? You say you don't enjoy the show, but I love it. I absolutely. Have you ever watched it, mate?
No, I haven't.
I just think it's a great show. Can you imagine that into a game? I think a lot of people would actually play it, wouldn't they? Just to be.
I wouldn't.
Talking about weird games and all that, but do you remember the Little Britain game that came out on PlayStation 2?
Oh my god, that takes me back.
Oh, I used to love it as well. I thought it was a brilliant game. Jumping off the diving board as Andy, and then trying to get back in his wheelchair before Lewis noticed. I thought that was quite cool. But yeah, like I say, graphics then were amazing. But now,
see, it's funny when like you look at like 8-bit graphics when they were top of the line,
yeah,
and then it got brought back because again, it's the whole nostalgia thing. Like everyone's killing for the nostalgia field. So like 8-bit games became massive again, and then PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Mega Drive, and all those games. The price of them skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple of games I was looking at getting for the PS1, but I was like, I am not paying that for it, knowing full well that like it wasn't worth that when I first had it. But I was like, it's not something I remember massively playing, so it's not something I feel I have to get. Yeah. Whereas something, for example, like Simpsons Hit and Run, now that I remember everything about playing that. So
yeah, but that was
something that was crazy.
That game was just such a classic, and it needs to be a remastered. But also, we've said it before, they could put it on the PlayStation Plus tier, couldn't they? The original game. And like you said, they could actually do that first and then bring a remastered version out of it.
Well, this is the thing, like, because what they could do is they could use it to gauge whether people want it or not by bringing out the original. Literally exactly the same, and then remake it. Like, literally, they could do a remake, do it open world. You can't go to certain places until you complete certain missions and that. But the whole thing is encased with the dome. Like, because then it's even bringing it...
Like the Simpsons movie, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's just something I'm obsessed with the idea of.
Do you know what? That is actually a really good idea. Can you think of it as well? If it had multiplayer on as well.
Amazing.
You could play with your friends.
Well, the original one did have multiplayer, but it was literally just the racing game in the living room.
It was 2 split screen, wasn't it?
No, it was aerial view, like bird's eye view of like just the entire track. Yeah. It was crap, to be fair.
I don't think I ever played multiplayer on it, you see. I always played the single player on it, but...
yeah, multiplayer wasn't great.
But, like I say, do you remember that guy that made... basically...
Remastered it
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he used it through Unreal Engine on Epic Games, I think it was.
So that's one of the games I'd love to see remade. Is there any game that you'd love to see remade, mate?
Any game I'd love to see remade?
It's alright if you can't think of one. I mean, I know you likely probably would have said like GTA, but obviously they've recently done that, haven't they? Or remastered it.
Yeah, they have. Maybe the original Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do that.
I don't think they ever did that one, did they? They remastered 2 and 3, and I think Peace Walker was the other one. Then I don't think they ever remastered Metal Gear Solid, the 2-disc one. Yeah. So I'll probably go for that.
It's a good shout, to be fair, dude.
But then, having said that, I don't know whether I'd play it because this is a poor example, but I'll use it. So I bought Alex Kidd in Miracle World on the PS5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can play it the PS5 version, or you can play the Master System version, can't you? But you just flick I forget which button it is that you flick, and the graphics change from the old one to the new one. And I spend most of the time playing it on the old graphics because it's just better.
Well, it's funny you should say that because so I've recently finished what was it? Medieval. which that was a game I used to love playing back on the PlayStation 1. So when I first played that, I was a proper, like a kid, so my memory of it is really poor.
Yeah.
But I've replayed that, and oh my god, like, they've updated it so well. Like, they've really brought it into this century, really. But, and this is sort of found out after I platinumed it, that evidently, once because there's an extra thing in this game where if you find all these lost souls in each level, and then free them by going to a different level where you need to complete a small task, if you do that, it actually gives you access to the original PS1 graphics and PS1 gameplay. And I was like, dude, that's amazing. But it's funny because that was never part of like the selling point, which I feel like if they did, they could have even got more people buying it, because obviously, you know, it's what they remember, it's what they'd love to just replay.
Yeah.
I totally understand that as well. Very interesting, that, Phil. There's a game that I would like to have a remastered as well. Do you remember the Taken games or Tucken games? How do you say?
Tekken, yeah.
Tekken, yeah. Tekken,
yeah.
2.
So, what the hell?
And when we're talking about, I think it was PlayStation 2 when that came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it might have been PS1, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, I think the original was PS1. They've had them for like PS2, PS3, PS4. I don't think they've had one for PS5 yet, but they've had them for. This was a good thing about Tekken, is the fact that they had it for practically every console.
Yeah, well, there's a new one coming out. I know there's a new one coming out now, because it's on the PlayStation Store now. I think you can either pre-order it or it just says coming soon. But I know Tekken 2 is out on the PlayStation Plus extra and premium tier. I think it's the premium tier. You have to have the premium tier to play it because it's a PS1 game in it.
1995 that came out. Mental.
Crikey,
I
was only 5 years of age.
You're out of
1995, I was 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, really showing my age now. My God.
And Phil was... No, Phil wasn't it?
No, that can't be right.
That was the year you was born, wasn't it? 1995.
95 was the year I was born, yeah.
Yeah.
95 I started high school, so that would have been... No, I'd have been 11.
You'd have been 11, 12, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I was 13 when I was kicked out of mainstream school for being disabled. So like, I think that was like year 9, the start of year 9. I got kicked out. So yeah, I remember ages for high school.
I mean,
Mad.
To get kicked out though just because of that's a bit shameless, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit bad, that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit illegal.
A little bit.
Well, yeah, I couldn't go myself. I couldn't go to a proper midstream school. Is it? I had to go to a school with needs, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's how they called it. Special needs, was it, or something? Or a school with special needs. that's what they used to call it, I think. Which you think to yourself, it doesn't really sound good, does it? When you say it like that.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
It's funny, right? Because the school that I was sent to after I was like well enough to go back to school was it was called it turned into Aces Medical, but like
medical. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like, but the thing was, most of the kids that were there, like, it was either for depression or it was like the gateway between that and like the naughty boys school, as they used to call it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like the only person that was there because I was kicked out of school for being disabled. So I was like, yeah, I definitely don't fit in here, do I?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Because yeah, I have a disability myself, and I used to always find school quite hard just because there wasn't much help out there. And you're probably the same, Phil. You probably didn't get the help that you you deserved, really.
No.
But you just went on with it, didn't you? But yeah.
Well, you had to. You had to at that point. You know, there was nothing else out there.
No, there wasn't.
Like, I mean, mate, we were lucky to get like quote unquote special schools. Do you know what I mean? Because like, even if it was only a couple years prior, we probably wouldn't have got that. Like, granted, things have changed massively now since, you know, all of us were in school, but it's about bloody damn time that it has changed too, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I was meant to have like a one-to-one to help me a little bit, but that, you know, that one-to-one wasn't always one-to-one, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I did love going to school, you know, because you could see your mates and all that, but did anyone find 6 weeks holiday was a bit too long because you were away from your mates? I always thought it was...
You know, I was quite lucky because I live near most of my schoolmates, so I'd see them all the time, like, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, same, to be fair.
Well,
when I took ill, though, I didn't see any of my schoolmates. Like, I lost contact with everyone.
Yeah. As you do sometimes, don't you? And
you do, yeah.
You do. You might keep in touch on Facebook or messages, or that's not the same, is it?
Nah.
Facebook's got a lot to answer for, so that's how I ended up getting back in touch with. So I went to school with my wife, and then we left school, and then you lose touch, as you say, and then 10 years later we got back in touch through Facebook, and then that was it then. So yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
That's a really interesting story, that, to go from going to school together and then not seeing each other for 10 years, and then you're happily married right now. It's amazing, that, isn't it? Okay.
Nah, I'm only kidding. Yeah, it's all good. No, but yeah, that's it's mad how things like that happen.
I mean, did she? Obviously, she allowed you to come on the podcast tonight, but what was it? Did you have to say that I'll do the cleaning up tomorrow or something like that?
You know what? No, I'm pretty lucky, to be fair. She's quite. She tolerates a lot of what I do, where sort of like streaming and stuff is concerned, and so she's very good for stuff like that. I'm quite lucky in that respect.
Oh, that's good. So you can probably game all night and it'll be fine.
I've had a few all nighters every now and again. So yeah, but yeah, she's good with stuff like that. So
that's good. You know, you got someone good when that comes into place, don't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it is amazing. I mean, like I say, going back to gaming's good for your mental health. I think it is, because it's something that, you know, sometimes when you're in the game, when you're not gaming and you know everything's going on in life and all that, it does get to you, doesn't it? But you, like you say, you just want a bit of quiet time doing something else, and I think gaming's good for that. And it's good for the human mind as well, which is, the human mind is a very strange, interesting,
definitely
part of your body. Like, but they do say, don't the gaming does help with your mind?
I'd probably say it's got to be in the top three. So it's like you got your exercising. People love to smash the gym, don't they?
Yeah.
Me, I've been playing the guitar since I was a kid, so I can quite happily pick up my guitar, and that'll stress, like, just release all the stress. So I'd probably say that's my second, or that's probably my top. But then yeah, behind that, you gaming 100%. Who doesn't love just getting lost into a really good game and just stressing out and forgetting about the world? I think it's an important thing to do as well. I think everybody should make the time to do it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what? There's one thing I want to point out as well, is it's not just us male that play games now. It's increased and got the female involved as well, the female generation. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Because that's what you want. You want all people going on it, not just, you know, one. one set of people. But yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of female play games as well now.
So you put my missus in front of the telly with a PS1 and Rayman.
Yeah.
Happy as a pig in shit.
Nice.
Nice. Doesn't take much then.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, but it's true, isn't it? There's a lot of female gamers out there now, which is incredible.
I think a lot of it, whether you're male or female, I think inevitably it always comes back to nostalgia and playing games that you play when you was a kid and making you feel good. Yeah. I think a lot of that as I think it's got a lot to do with that.
Yeah, definitely. It is amazing that, and like I say, we never used to speak to people on when we were gaming. Did we? We used to just like stay in a party on our own. But,
yeah,
I think it's definitely a lot more since we joined Stream Wars community. We play a few games with them now, don't we? Which is incredible. Yeah. And like you say, it's about making new friends, and
it is.
Basically, what I'm trying to do with my community is make it into one big friendly hub where people can just chill out and have a laugh, and that's one of the reasons why I said to Phil is let's do a gaming podcast. It's doing myself a world of good because I think that's another thing as well. You say gaming's let's just say it's a thing that you could go to when you want to shut off for the rest of the world, and you know what everything's going on and all that. But the podcast as well. The podcast is one of them things where I go and chill and talk to people, talk to Phil and talk to new people like yourself, and you meet friends that way as well, you know. And
yeah, you do. It's good to have that something to look forward to as well.
It is, and I think it's something that needs to be put out there. I mean, podcasts is now the big now, aren't they? I mean, there's loads. I mean, I listen to Peter Crouch's podcast, amazing. I listen to a new one now called Diary of a CEO. I don't know if you've heard that one.
Yeah,
and that's amazing because he interviews all different celebrities, and you hear things from celebrities that you think, oh, I didn't know that happened in your life, and you know, and the podcast as well gets people to open up as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And people might think to themselves, sometimes people say, celebrities have got it all going for themselves and all that, but it's not what you think it is. And whoever thinks that, it can be completely wrong sometimes, because even you might think to yourself, celebrities, you know, they don't have a bad moment. They do. They're just human being like us, but obviously, you know, they're a bit bigger in the world. But yeah, listen to Dario, the CEO. It just shows you that the celebrities out there that you think to yourself, wow, I did not know that happened to you. And it's interesting, isn't it?
Definitely.
But yeah, we're going to end the podcast episode soon. But I just want to ask Phil, is there anything you want to add on to the end of the podcast, mate?
Honestly, no. I've just really enjoyed the conversation.
It's been amazing, and we could go on and on and on, and we've done that in previous episodes. But the more you go on and on, I mean, if we go on now, it could go on for another 2 hours, you know. But
yeah,
no, it's been absolutely fantastic having you on the show, mate. It's been amazing, and we've enjoyed.
I appreciate it. Thanks for asking me. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good to chat to you, lad. So
it's been amazing, mate. And you know what? We'll definitely get you on the episode again. We've been saying it to everyone else in the podcast that's been on. Eventually we'll get them on again. So yeah, if you feel free to come on again, mate, we'll love to have you again.
Definitely, yeah. Let me know. We can definitely sort it out.
Oh, nice.
Nice one. So there's just one thing I want to ask at the end, and I always ask it because I think it's good to have this question at the end. It basically is there any shout outs you want to give out to anyone?
Any shout outs?
Yeah.
Wow. Now we definitely could be here for another 2 hours. Yeah, I'd shout out to and please check these guys out if you haven't done so already. The Heal Project, Dan, Pete and Link. They've been my mates for years. Yeah. It was through them that I kind of ended up getting into streaming and stuff, and they've been so supportive along the way. CGH, Community Gaming Hub, go and check them out. And you guys all know Yoda and all his crew. So shout out to all them as well. They've been good guys and supportive of me since I've known them. So as you know, because they've been the same with you guys. So yeah, I'll probably give them a shout out. Go and check them all out. And these guys, more importantly, check these out.
You're a legend, mate. Honestly, we've really enjoyed the podcast. Is there anything you want to ask at the end there, Phil, or do you think that's we've covered most part of everything, really?
I think that's probably a good place to stop it off, you know.
Yeah, nice one. So yeah, it's been amazing. Just before we go though, we do just to let everyone that will be listening to our podcast episodes, we do have a Facebook page called the Teamworks Podcast, and we also have an Instagram page as well. That's Teamworks Podcast 2. So, and also if you got Alexa, just ask Alexa to play Teamworks Podcast on Apple Podcasts, and it will play the latest episode. So yeah, it does work with that, but for some reason it doesn't work with Spotify. For some reason Alexa doesn't allow that. So, but yeah, it's been amazing. Like always, go and check out our social medias out, and we hope to see you there, guys. Yeah, it's been amazing. It's the Over the Line. I had to remember what your name was then, but I did. But yeah, fantastic, mate. It's been a pleasure having you. And
cheers, lads. Much appreciated.
Like always, Phil, just being a fantastic presenter alongside me.
Yeah.
I never lie, mate.
No, but it's been a wonderful chat as always. And again, yeah, we really do appreciate you coming on the show, because obviously without guests we don't have a show, so can't do it without yous.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but yeah, no, thanks again. I appreciate you asking, and definitely do it again.
Definitely, mate. And thank you for giving your time to us as well, because you could
no worries.
You could be watching the TV right now, couldn't you?
To be fair, I'm ready for bed, so yeah, I'd normally be in bed by now. So.
Oh, nice one. Well, we won't keep you for much longer, but yeah. Thank you for joining again, mate, and it's been a pleasure.
No worries. Sweet.
Thank you, and I'll see you again. Bye, guys.
All right, enjoy the rest of your night. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.